All right, let's talk about how to build unbreakable focus. This is one of those skills that is just absolutely essential, whether you're a student trying to get through your exams or you're just starting out in your career and you really want to make a mark. I mean, we've all been there, haven't we? You've got the work right in front of you, you know deep down you have what it takes to get it done, but the second you try to start, your mind just wanders. Something always seems to pull you away. And I bet you've tried all the usual tricks. Turning your phone off, giving it to your mom or dad, deleting Instagram for the 100th time, maybe even turning your screen black and white. And look, that stuff might work for a couple of days, maybe even a week if you're lucky. But by day 11, you are right back where you started, struggling to just sit down and concentrate. So today, we're not talking about those little temporary hacks. We're going to go deeper. We are going to explore a way, a solution that's way more powerful, way more permanent. It's about finding a source of motivation so real, so deep, that focus stops being a choice, and it becomes a flat-out necessity. Okay, so to really get to a solution that works, we first have to wrap our heads around the cycle that so many of us are trapped in. Let's call it the modern focus problem. This right here, this visualizes that vicious cycle perfectly. See, it all starts with feeling stressed about the work you have to do. And to escape that feeling, what do? We reach for our phones for that quick hit of distraction. And yeah, for a moment, you get some temporary relief. But then an hour goes by, you put the phone down, and boom, the anxiety comes rushing back, and it's even stronger now because you just wasted a ton of precious time. And this quote gets to the absolute core of the whole thing. The real fuel for your focus isn't your willpower. It's this deep, gut-level sense of necessity. In Hindi, the word is majburi. It means a compulsion, something you have to do. Just think about it. When you have a huge assignment due tomorrow morning, your focus is suddenly razor sharp. Why? Because the necessity is real. It's staring you right in the face. So the big question is, how do we create that same feeling of necessity when there isn't a deadline breathing down our necks? Well, let's make this personal. Let's talk about the real long-term stakes and why the person you're going to be in 5, 10, even 20 years is desperately counting on the work you put in today. This timeline, it's a little painful to look at, but it's an all too common path. At 22, you feel like you have all the time in the world. I'll get to it later, but that feeling can fade and fast. By 25, the goal shifts to just, I need to get any job. By 30, that's when the regret really starts creeping in. Man, I wish I'd started sooner. And then you hit 40, and the questions get a lot heavier, a lot more serious. Can I actually support my family? Procrastination, you see, has a really, really high price. This really lays out the choice we're all making, every single day. On one hand, you've got that small, immediate pleasure. Binge watching a show using your friend's password. It's easy, it's now. Or you can choose to put in the work for a massive, long-term reward that you've earned for yourself, like, say, building your own incredible home theater system. The choice seems obvious on paper, but that instant gratification is always so tempting. And if that still doesn't feel real enough, ask yourself this. This one's a gut punch. In 15 or 20 years, your parents will be older. What happens when a medical emergency hits? Do you want to be the person who can confidently step up and say, "Don't worry, I've got this"? Or the person who has to scramble asking other people for help? This is the kind of real-world consequence that creates true necessity. Okay, so now that we truly understand the stakes, we can start building the solution. And it all begins with 4 foundational mindsets. Let's call them the mega steps. These are your 4 strategic pillars. First, you need a crystal clear goal, not some vague wish. Second, you have to define why. That goal is completely non-negotiable for you personally. Third, you have to stare those long-term consequences of failure right in the face, no flinching. And finally, fourth, you have to intentionally build an environment around you that is designed to help you win. Think about it like this. You want to build your own value, your skills, your knowledge, your character. When you become valuable, like a gold coin, opportunities and people are naturally drawn to you. But if you don't invest in yourself, you risk being overlooked, just left on the ground. The whole point is to create your own net worth. And I'm not just talking about money. All right, now let's get tactical. Let's turn that foundational mindset into a concrete 5-step action plan that you can literally start using the second this explainer is over. Here is the plan. Step 1 is by far the most important. Start now. Seriously, not tomorrow, not after you finish this episode, right now. Then you're going to write down your exact specific goal. Seek out the right guidance. Make a detailed step-by-step plan. And finally, the secret weapon. You're going to sign a commitment contract with yourself. And just look at what happens when a vague goal, like I want to get a good job, becomes a concrete plan. All of a sudden, the year is broken down into these manageable chunks. From September to December, you're learning data structures. From January to May, you're building out your web dev projects. Then the summer is all about interview prep. Suddenly, you look at this and realize, wow, there is absolutely no time to waste. That creates urgency. Okay, now for what might be the single most powerful tool of all. We're talking about creating a formal contract with yourself, one that has real, even painful consequences if you break it. And let me be clear, this is not just some promise you mumble to yourself in your head. The power of this comes from making it a physical, signed document. You write down your plan, you sign your name to it, and you clearly state what the punishment will be for failure. Now, the consequences you choose have to be personal. They have to be specific to you. They've got to be things that would genuinely cause you pain to lose. Shaving off that mustache you've been growing for 2 years. Giving up your pocket money from your family, destroying your absolute favorite gaming console. The punishment has to be so undesirable that you'll do the hard work just to avoid it at all costs. And this is the whole point, isn't it? Iron cannot be shaped until it is forged in fire. The struggle, the boring days, the moments where you just want to quit, that is your fire. That difficult process is the very thing that forges you into something strong, something shaped, something valuable. So the time for just listening and passively learning is over. Your process, your fire, it starts right now. So I'm going to leave you with this one question. I want you to actually do this. Take out a piece of paper or open a notes app on your phone and answer it. What is the one specific goal you are going to write down and commit to starting today?